welcome back! I am super excited to try out an epoxy resin kit I received from the Hippie Crafter. Before I opened the box, the first thing I noticed is a large white sticker on the top of the box saying, "Don't panic." One of the epoxy sides will be yellow and one will be purple in color. Once you mix them, you will get crystal clear results. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciated this giant sticker. I am not a big fan of surprises, and I love how upfront this product is already. This resin product is a 1-to-1 mixing ratio. This means I will use equal parts of each bottle to create my resin. I will add 4 ounces of each bottle into my silicone mixing cup and start stirring. I am using a battery-operated mixer from Pixis. This resin appears to be mixing easily, and I am stirring quicker than I usually do, which is creating tons of bubbles. I am okay with the bubbles right now. Since this is my first time using this resin, I would like to know how quickly the bubbles move on their own. I will list all items I am using in the description box below. Please let me know if you have any questions along the way by leaving me a message in the message box below. After I stir for 4 minutes, I will remove my mixer and clean it with a baby wipe. I like to clean my tools as I go because it makes it easier to use next time. I grab my handheld mixing tool just to double check the resin has been mixed, and then I will pour equal amounts into 2 more containers. I will select 2 colors from my Hippie Crafter Mica kit, light yellow and fuchsia. Using a wood stick, I am adding 2 scoops of color into my resin mixing cup. These colors are mixing quickly and beautifully. This is one of my favorite mica powder kits. I am leaving 1 mixing cup with clear resin, and I will add my colors into a divided silicone pouring cup. I thought pouring into these molds would be easy, but the bowl mold was a little challenging because of how tight the space was. I pinched the corner of the mold, and then the resin flowed easier. I did see air pockets start to form, so I tapped and squeezed as lightly as I could to get these areas filled without mixing my colors. Any leftover resin I had, I added to my dump mold. This is a healing hand mold that does require a lot of resin. So instead of filling this mold in one project, I decided that after each of my resin projects, I would add any leftover resin into this mold. This was one of the best ideas I have had. I have loved all of the final results, and I have enjoyed looking back at the different layers, remembering my different projects. After I clean my cups and mixing stick, I will let this project cure covered for at least 24 hours. Now it is time to demold my project. The resin has cured nice and hard, and the mold is flexible and pliable. I don't want to tear my mold, so I am spraying a little bit of soapy water inside the mold just to help release it a little easier. I love how this turned out with the colors and how well they blended. This bowl is so pretty. Now it is time for the ring holder. I am having a harder time with this mold, mainly because of how small it is and how large my gloves are. Once I get my fingers under the mold, then it pops right out. This ring holder cured beautifully. These colors are shimmery. They blended so well without looking muddy. Now it is time to highlight some of the areas on each piece. I am using an oil-based paint marker, and I am showing two of my favorite brands right now. I will have links to these markers in the description box below. I do recommend using the larger marker because it is easier to use on these detail lines. The smaller marker was harder to control, and I tended to slip and make a mess. I am following the raised lines on the bowl. I am not being too picky or specific. I am just trying to highlight areas to make them more visible. On the ring holder, I am also following the raised lines to accent the detail of the piece. It is okay to make a mistake right now. Just have some Q-tips handy and a little bit of isopropyl alcohol to clean up as soon as it happens. As I turn the piece around, I am being careful not to smear the ink. Once the ink dries, it is permanent ink. I find that it dries within 15 to 30 minutes, but I do let this sit 24 hours just to be sure they are dried thoroughly. I love the gold accent on these pieces. It really makes these pieces more unique and brings a bright beauty to them. Thank you for creating this project with me. Please let me know what you think in the comment box below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!